Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another weekly episode of Everything Vaguely Paranormal. And just to let you know, that is the 250th time we have brought you onto the screen with us.
That blows my mind. For 250 straight Tuesdays, except for two, when there was a tornado that hit my house, and Blake and the guest both had COVID.
Both had COVID,
For
yes.
250 out of 252 of the past Tuesdays, we have been on for 250 of them.
Yes. Now, let me
And
say real quick, because
you
I know
have
a
been
lot
here.
of
Thank
y'all,
you.
yes, y'all have been here. Thank you so much. But I want to say real quick, because a lot of y'all think it's our anniversary. It is not our anniversary. That is not until October when we can celebrate another year. This is just the 250th episode, and we wanted to celebrate it because it is such a huge milestone. So if you've told us happy anniversary, we appreciate the sentiment of it. But you can tell us again in October.
Yeah, we'll take it then too.
Yeah, we'll take it then too. So, but no, hold on, let me get through it. As always, I am Blake Smith, and with me tonight for the 250th time is my partner in the paranormal, Miss Shelley Pruitt. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I came off a wonderful birthday weekend. Again, I'm going to express my gratitude publicly. See, I was teary on the pre-broadcast, and I'm not going to do it here. My gratitude to everyone who changed their schedules and rearranged to give me a surprise party, which I have never in my life had before. So thank you to everyone who went out of their way. Chad and Leslie Wandell for hosting it at the Old Park Hotel. Thank you. And it was posed to me as a cleanup weekend. And when it was finally revealed, because my dumbass wasn't getting it, that it was a surprise party, I broke down in tears. But then, of course, I went, I bet that asshole's still going to make me clean something. And he did. But it was a good kind of cleanup. So it was a lot of fun. So what an amazing week. I got to have a birthday. We get to have our 250th episode. And I'm going to make one quick correction. I have been on 249 episodes. I have missed one for the birth of my grandson.
Yes, you have.
And other than that,
so.
I have been right here. And Blake, I think you've only missed two.
I've only missed two out of 250.
Yeah. So it's the fort's been held down. Life happens. But I think that's a pretty dang good run and stretch, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I agree. So tonight it's just family. It's just Shelley and I. It's just y'all. We are going to celebrate EVP. We're going to celebrate the podcast. We're going to celebrate 250
you
episodes.
Guys. Thank you.
We have new evidence that we're going to show you tonight. We're going to be going over like our most mind-blowing investigations, our most mind-blowing things that have happened to us in the last 5 years, our biggest debunks, biggest lessons, things that we've carried on year after year after year.
Evidence you haven't seen.
Yeah. And so, and some of our favorite moments too, celebrating all of that, because we just wanted to set it aside tonight. Any research, nothing. We just want to have fun.
And Blake has told me that there's some kind of weird surprise in here, and he won't tell me what it is. So I have no idea when that's going to happen, but I'm nervous.
It will be interactive. It will be audience participation.
Oh my God.
I also didn't tell you that either.
No, because this is the first time I'm hearing this noise. Okay.
Yeah. So,
oh God, share this with your friends right now because we need the audience participation. Okay.
Yep. So I want to start off by saying, number one, the 250 episodes, we've done a lot of research. We've talked about a lot of things. We've covered a lot of topics and stuff. So I want to pitch it to both of us, but I'm going to ask the question. Okay. And we've got comments coming in like crazy. So I'm actually going to turn it to you first so that I can answer some of these comments.
Okay.
Biggest thing over the last 5 years. How have your views changed with the paranormal?
Oh, with the paranormal. I think that my views in general have not changed drastically. I don't think that my belief systems have changed drastically. However, you know me and mediumship. Mm-hmm. I have always been extremely skeptical of psychics and mediums, and I have been fooled, attempted to be fooled many times by a lot of very fraudulent people. My views on mediumships and psychics has changed. I have met some incredibly, and you know how hard that is for me to say.
Yes.
I have met some incredibly reputable people in the paranormal that have true gifts and true talents that had I not been in the paranormal, I promise you, I never would have met these people. I never would have gotten to experience. I never would have gotten to see firsthand. I still ain't getting a reading. But because I don't want to know. I want to be surprised like everybody
That
else
hasn't
is.
changed.
However, but knowing what I know about you and listening to what you have told me that was said to you, when I know for a fact there's no way the person reading you could know that, because someone very close to you would have to know that information.
Yeah.
And it was somebody you may have just met.
Yeah.
That bolstered my confidence and my faith in people that claim to have abilities actually having them. And I have been witness to some amazing things as far as psychics and mediums are concerned. And my view has actually shifted on that. I put a little more stock in that than I did before. So I think that's, if you want to talk about radical change, that's my radical change.
That's a pretty radical change. Yeah.
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 How about you?
I would say the first one that comes to mind, I remember starting this podcast and being like, I am not the alien guy. You know what I'm talking about. Whenever we first started, I don't know. It was a line
in the sand your brain couldn't cross. It was that line that you drew.
And it's almost like with what you said, with meeting all of these people and being able to have conversations with them and understand what they went through. And I'm talking about everybody that we've had on the podcast, everybody that we've met at conventions that we've covered, or looking into Travis Walton and then getting to meet
that man
and hear from him himself. That was a very profound experience. That whole weekend changed a lot at that convention. Whenever we went to, that was Metacon. Whenever we went to that and got to do the CE5 experience, which is human initiated contact.
That was amazing.
Got to experience seeing things in the sky that I couldn't explain. I had an experience at a young age, but I don't think it was enough for me to be like, my little brain was like, okay, it was just something weird that I saw in the sky. And then having another pretty profound experience while on the phone with you.
When I'm screaming at you, turn around, go chase it.
Like, turn around. And I'm trying to whip the car around as quick as I can.
I'm like, do a U-turn.
My understanding of extraterrestrials, aliens, UFOs, and all that stuff has changed drastically. I've never believed that we could have been the only intelligent life form in the entire universe, but now talking to people like Deborah Bashir's, Travis Walton, covering Betty and Barney Hill, just hearing all of these things and reading all these stories and looking into the research, it's fascinating. And then of course we have like the Tic Tac video and all these videos that have come out while we've been doing the podcast.
Dr. Travis Taylor, who is a scientist, an astrophysicist, who's saying there's something up there.
Yeah. Linda said, I saw you with Andrea Perrin. You were warming up to the aliens. Yes. Andrea Perrin was another one that helped me with that, having that experience with her, that CE5. That's actually the CE5 experience I'm talking about with Andrea Perrin. That was just a phenomenal experience. So my views on aliens, UFOs, extraterrestrials has grown profoundly.
Lizard people, you still out on them?
Jury's still out.
Jury's still out on the lizard people. Okay.
I actually had a conversation about that the other night with somebody here at the house. And I cave here. I'll cave a little bit. Breaking news, guys, for EVP, Blake and lizard people themselves, with the changing and all that, looking like us and everything, that still can't cross that line.
Okay.
However, reptilian race of extraterrestrials or aliens, I can actually get behind.
That's what lizard people are, is the reptilian race.
It's the whole, I don't know. It's something about the actual living amongst us and changing their form and all of that stuff that I can't get behind, but I can believe that they're in outer space. You
can believe they're out there, but they can't come down here.
Listen, don't get too far into it.
Okay, I won't ask too many questions. I know. Sometimes our beliefs are our beliefs for a reason, and it's like you're not in that until you figure out how to cross that line in your brain. That's just where the wall is. It's like I can't get over that wall. It is,
and trust me, I've seen the comments for the last 5 years. People love to pick on the whole lizard people thing with me. I have some say I can't get behind it either. I have others saying, "How can you not believe?" It's just one of those things.
It's just one of those things.
aliens as a whole, I have a lot more respect for now. I have not just for the subject matter, but for the experiencers, and what they've gone through, and understanding their stories on a different level than I did. So I would say I'm a firm believer now, 100% squarely in the category of yes, aliens, UFOs. I am now an alien guy.
You're an alien guy, hot dog.
So I would say that's one way that my views have changed.
And I'm a believer in psychic ability now.
Yeah. That's definitely one way that my views have changed.
That's two very radical shifts in our viewpoints.
It
Because
is.
you remember at the beginning, I'm like, psychics aren't real. You can't
Yeah.
you can't tell me anything about me that you couldn't find out.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's really because of, you know, like I said, 250 episodes of researching this stuff.
Of our guests, of things being shown to us that had we not been doing this, we never would have had the chance to even not really. We cover so many random things, you know, because it's basically whatever catches our attention is what we're going to do the next time our topic comes up. And sometimes those topics are big and sometimes they're small. And sometimes we get a guest for it because we are not knowledgeable enough ourselves on whatever it is we're speaking about so we need somebody who's more of an expert or a more knowledgeable personality to come on and let us know some of these things. And I have learned more in doing this in 250 episodes that I ever think I even thought was possible to learn. There were things that I never even knew I should learn about.
Right.
So
agreed 100% on that. Yeah, other than that, I still hold a lot of the same beliefs that I did. They've just expanded in ways. It's given me different perspectives.
Yes.
Like understanding, like looking back on like as a kid being afraid of the dark or afraid of, I don't know, just something else out there that I couldn't see, you know, understanding that, well, it's just a human, just without a body, that kind of expansion, understanding more about like what can cause, you know, like poltergeist activity, or even deeper into like the demonic world. I've expanded my knowledge on the demonic world tenfold and understanding a bit more with possession and how that kind of works. But I think another radical belief that I've had change is within protection itself, within the paranormal, specifically with the spiritual world. I used to think that it was like going into battle. You remember like the old, like not old movies, but like in the 90s, there was always a montage of some superhero suiting up and they were like,
preparing for the battle, right?
Preparing for battle. And I always thought in my head, like, if I'm going to do this, I've got to do that. And now,
and then you met me who'd walk in and go, nah, fingers crossed, we're all good.
And now it's like, my belief is, you know, I have a spiritual team. My spiritual team is there to protect me. And so I think I've lost a lot of the Hollywood from my belief in the paranormal, and it's brought more into like a real world shift, if you will. That's definitely how one of the views has definitely changed. The scariness that Hollywood puts behind it is kind of gone now, and I have a bit more respect for it on a whole different level.
More of a respect for the reality of it, and
yes,
sometimes the reality is extremely scary, depending on what's going on. But again, for the most part, paranormal investigating is a lot of hurry up and wait. You'll wait 8 hours for that 2 second, 4 second, if you're lucky, 5, 6, 7 minutes worth of interaction. And that's something a lot of people don't understand. You don't just walk in like in the movies and things start flying around the room. No. And if that's happening, make sure your damn camera's running so nobody's going to believe you.
Yeah, for real.
So it's a lot of, I would say that a lot of that when I first started doing it, of course, I've been interacting with ghosts. I'm just going to say ghosts, spirits, things for as long as I can remember, even though I didn't have a name for what they were. I was interacting with things that I could see, things that would talk to me. I know you start telling people something's talking to you, they're going to put you in a nice little room with some padding so that, you know, you can be nice and cozy. But I've gotten to where I talk more about that, that was something that I kept very hidden. Very few people ever knew that about me until you're brave enough to open your mouth and say something. And if you say it around the right people, they're going to look at you and go, tell me more. and they're not going to think you're crazy. They're going to be like, oh my God, I've had that experience. Suddenly there's this validation, and you start to find a community that's open and listens. And since I got that experience, I've tried to make sure that I was that person. Whenever somebody says,
Yeah.
you're going to think I'm crazy. No, I'm not. Give me a shot. I've heard a bunch of stories.
Heard a lot of
Let's
stuff.
talk. Let's talk. You're not going to say anything that, number one, I probably haven't heard in some form or fashion, or
Yeah.
number two, that I'm going to think is crazy, because there's a lot of crazy shit that happens in the paranormal.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's changed me and how I behave towards people with their stories, because I was always willing to listen, but now I listen with an even more empathetic ear, and with a more knowledgeable frame of reference, so that I might be able to suggest something to you. I might be able to help. And me, helping's my love language. I want to help you. What can I do for you? So if I can help, that's what I want to do. So
and I love some of the comments that y'all are putting in. Like Becca has said, up here, she said, I came in as a supportive, skeptical friend, and now I can't fathom not having the existence of the paranormal.
I love that. Thank you, Becca.
And then came in and said, like, my world has done a whole 360 flip spiritually, and I argue the existence of everything now.
Yay.
It's amazing. Like we
questioning.
We love hearing that.
Keep trying to figure it out. That's what's the most important thing. That's why we do it. We're looking for answers in the unknown.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the unknown is always going to be fascinating, because we're never going to figure it all out.
Yeah.
But every little piece we get actually just creates more questions. So why do we keep doing this shit? I don't even know.
I know, right? It does. But speaking of questions, though, because we want to do this right out of the gate, because we know that a lot of times we get tied up in busy schedules and research and all this stuff when we bring you all these topics, that we sometimes miss evidence pieces.
Yeah,
that
a lot.
We want to show you. And then we pass the episode and we're like, dang it. Like, we didn't get to show them that. So we have a few pieces that I don't believe we've ever shown on the podcast itself. Now, we've shared them. They've been shared out with the locations that we visited and stuff like that. A lot of these are from Old Park Hotel. Actually, I think all of them are from Old Park Hotel.
I believe they are.
Yeah.
Because
which is one of our favorite haunts, obviously.
And it's the one we've investigated the most. So, of course, that's where we're going to get the most of our evidence from.
Yeah. For the longest time, that was Yorktown Memorial Hospital that we investigated the most. And now definitely Old Park has surpassed that, like taking the number one spot.
Right.
But I want to start with one that was given to us. I believe we showed this on a pre or post broadcast. So you're going to get a little bit of pre or post broadcast, stuff here. This is Caden. He was on an investigation with us. Now he's the owner of Caden's Curiosities.
Yes.
So make sure you go check them out, where he has a collection of all haunted objects and everything. He has a museum that you can go and visit. And I believe that he is now opening it up, at some point, pretty quick. For public investigation. It is open for public investigations. Okay.
And all right. We have been invited to investigate.
Yeah. Yeah. So I want to showcase this one first, because I've known we've shown on a pre or post broadcast. But Shelly, if I remember correctly, you're in an Estes method.
I know exactly about this. I'm in an Estes method, and you are leading me, and something comes through and begins to get very aggressive. Now, in this clip, there is no audio, because he clipped it straight from his live feed that he was doing, I believe, on TikTok. Mm-hmm. And whenever this was going out live, he saw it live. He had people commenting, what was that? What you're going to look for in this clip. I'm doing an Estes. Blake is leading. Just so you know, I talk with my hands. Even in Estes methods, you will see me lean towards Blake twice, and then you're going to look on the wall, because it looks as if a shadow walks into me. So,
yes. All right, I will play this.
Let's play that.
And we'll play it probably a couple times. It's only about 10.
Yeah, it's
10,
after my second lean forward to Blake. I will lean back, and you watch the wall.
Yeah.
It'll be right about here. There it went.
I saw it. I'm going to play it one more time, because you're going to see something on the wall do like this, and we're going to explain something to you after we watch this again. So I always like to play these 2 or 3 times so you can catch it. Here we go. She's obviously talking with her hands.
Nope.
Leans
Lean
in.
forward once, and I almost hit you in the face the second time. Right
there it is.
there.
So as you see a shadow cross that wall. Now, where Caden is standing is in a doorway to a room. Nobody was in that room because everybody was out in the hallway watching this Estes method take place. I do remember that.
Yep.
So the only light source that could cast onto that wall is coming from behind Caden. And Caden is not.
It's coming from his ring light, and he's standing behind it. He had his light and his phone right here that was broadcasting live.
I gotta remember what time of day we were at on
this.
It was this late at night?
It was late at night.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So that's where the lights come from.
And he's standing behind his camera watching it, and the light's here, and the light is on me. Yeah. And he does have it a little bit more dim, but there is no one that someone would have to walk in front of that light to cast a shadow. And you are directly on the floor in front of me, and no one is between you and Caden, and nobody is between me and the light.
Yeah.
So where does the shadow come
from? Across. Basically, to me, it looks like it is walking
towards
me. In front of the light, obviously, but literally just in that doorway that Caden's in. It would almost have to be to capture the entirety of the ring light and be caught on a shadow like that. I don't know.
And it doesn't immediately disappear in the light. That's the other thing. When it gets to the edge of the light, you still see part of it, and then it just goes away. Yeah. So that one, and Caden did share that with me, and I had asked and it has been shown on a pre-broadcast, but it's never been shown on the podcast before.
Yeah.
So definitely go follow his TikTok. He does a lot of lives. So yeah, Caden's Curiosities.
Yeah. So we also have and yes, to answer the question, some people coming into the comments, is that Deacon's room? It's actually John's room now. But what was Deacon's room at the Old Park Hotel? Yes, we are just outside of that room.
Yes, we are
upstairs at the very back of the hallway. Yes, that is where it is taking place. So we have some video from inside John's room. When you were there, you're there by yourself, right?
Yes.
And you're cleaning, getting everything ready.
Because Chad and Leslie Wandell were going to be filming the Extreme Home Buyers Club. They were out of town, and they were supposed to film the day after they got back. So I told them, don't worry, I'll go get it cleaned up. No big deal. And took care of the groups that were there. And I spent the rest of the next day before I left cleaning. And I talked to the spirits from in there. I say, hey, is everybody happy? And this has been shared on the Old Park Hotel page. I am the only person in that building. And the last room I had to clean was John's room, and then the Prohibition room across from it, because I worked my way across and down. And I just finished cleaning John's room. And the whole time I was in there, I felt very strange. I felt like I was being watched. I felt like I had to kind of keep turning around, but I thought, I got business to attend to. I have things to do. And so I wasn't playing with them. I was trying to get it cleaned so I could get out of there and I could get home and make sure that everything was ready for when the film crew was going to be there. Yeah. So this is what happens when I finish cleaning John's room.
And I'm going to try to play the
And this comes as courtesy of the Old Park Hotel. This is their security video.
Yeah. All right. Let's make sure this is the correct one. There's two. I'm just going to play both of them because one you're walking into the room, one you're finishing up.
Okay.
So here we go. Here's the first one. That was you coming in to clean.
So that's what I'm doing just before. So go ahead and do the next one, because the next one is when I'm finished. Sorry, I must have sent you the wrong clip. I sent you the part that I cut off.
It's okay. It's fine. I wanted to show you I'm glad you sent it, because I wanted to show you actually coming in and show what you were doing. Now we know to clean the room.
Yeah, the last thing I had to do was dust. So
yeah, here's what happened after.
Okay. All right, your room's all clean.
That is a crazy voice. And it sounds like it's going, I'll tell them. Almost
it's either I'll tell them or I'll tell him. Because
One
I
of the
say,
two,
okay, your
yeah.
room's all clean. So I keep hearing, I'll tell them. Like
See,
I'll
I
tell
heard
the
I tell
owners.
them.
Like I'll tell the
Hmm.
owners that, but it's, I say your room's all clean. So I couldn't tell if it says I'll tell them or I'll tell him.
Yeah.
So it would make sense to say I'll tell him, but I can't quite get that last word if it's them or if it's him. Play
I'm
it
gonna play.
against.
I was gonna say I'm gonna play it one more time, and y'all tell us what you think that last word is. Is it him or them? Here we go.
Okay. All right, your room's all clean. Go.
See, I hear them. I hear th kind of at the beginning.
I hear I'll tell them.
The
What?
old park is commenting. They say, I remember hearing that I'll tell them for the first time. My jaw dropped and goosebumps.
Yes.
And the goosebumps had goosebumps.
Yes, because I actually I went back because I have admin access to the old park to see the cameras. Because after I went home, I couldn't shake that weird feeling I had in there. I'm like, I'm gonna have to go back. And I rolled it back and I looked and I started listening. And where I heard that, I flipped shit just because I could.
Yeah.
And so I recorded it and I sent it to Chad and I said, what is this and what do you hear? And he was like, holy crap. So he went, he pulled it, he posted it on the Old Park Hotel's page.
Yeah.
I posted it on my page, but it has never been shown on the podcast. So if
Yeah.
you don't follow the Old Park Hotel page and you're not one of their Patreon members, you're not getting to see those cameras 24/7. Ghost TV
Yeah.
is the best show on television. And so if you follow the Haunted Old Park Hotel, they do post up evidence that they catch like that. I was doing nothing more than cleaning the building.
Yeah. And I think it's funny because our audience is even divided over. We got about half saying him, half saying them. So it's super hard to make out. I know we get it, but I feel like I hear the th and the them.
I think I hear them too. Like I'll tell them, like I'll tell the owners, because the owners were not there. I was just getting everything cleaned up. So I'll tell them.
Yeah. So the final piece from Old Park that we have, and then after this, we're going to be moving.
Is that the hallway?
This is. Oh, I'm sorry. We do have two more. I apologize. We have two
Say-
more. You have one for in the bedroom, and then you have. Is it the bedroom?
The bedroom, and that one is very difficult to hear, but I think they'll be able to hear it. Which one you want to do first?
It doesn't matter. You pick one. The hallway or the bedroom.
I'm by myself both times. Let's do the hallway one first because that is the same day. This is before. I'm cleaning the bathrooms and everything first, and I stop and I'm getting a sip of my coffee because I started early in the morning and I really needed that coffee. And I'm about to go down the hall to start cleaning the upstairs unfinished portion, the part that hadn't been finished out yet. And I had just brought out all the trash, taken a sip of my coffee, and I got that, you know how you get that weird feeling.
Yep.
And there's audio that is captured. And Chad and Leslie do not have this posted on the Old Park site. I went back and pulled this as well so this comes as courtesy of the Old Park Hotel security feed. Okay. So you're listening for what happens when I start to take a drink of my coffee. It's an audio clip. So turn that volume up.
All right, here we go.
I very clearly hear "help us."
I'm gonna play it one more time because I
heard
something.
It's before I take the coffee. I'm walking over to reach for the coffee.
Yeah, yeah. Let me. I'm gonna play it one more time. Here we go. Yep, heard it that time. Yep, and it does sound like help us. Wow, but who would need help though? Is my question.
There's no telling. Could be a transient spirit that was passing through.
Yeah.
Could be someone who needed to be acknowledged. Help us be heard. Help. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're in distress or anything. That doesn't sound distressed. Help us. Like help us be heard. Help us get our story out. That help us doesn't have to be I'm in distress. I'm in a terrible situation. It could be like help us be heard. Help us.
Yeah. Well,
So,
and that's it, because we actually just got the same question that I was kind of asked. Has anyone asked for help there before? That comes courtesy of Hauntings with Gage.
yes.
They have, and I think that what it was, and I think what we kind of come to determination of with the old park is that what Shelley just said. A lot of them were wanting help being heard, with their stories being told and bringing to light, these
Accurately
individuals.
told.
Yeah, these individuals who lived at one point. Case in point, Wilma being one of them. And now she's one of the most active
She's the
spirits
rock
when
star.
Shelley's there. Yeah, when Shelley's there, she's one of the most active spirits. So, yes, we have gotten asked for help there before, and that's what we believe that the help is exactly what Shelley just said. It is just continuing that kind of story.
Most of them don't say I'm in pain or I'm hurting. They just want you to hear them and listen and get their story. And again, I'm in the hotel by myself. You can look at every other camera on that date. You can see I am 100% alone. And as I'm walking up to get my coffee, help us, I'm taking a drink. I ain't going to go to the camera and go, help us. That's the camera that's over the door.
Yeah.
That's the camera that's over the door. I am not interested in investigating. I'm taking out trash and cleaning potties.
Yeah. This is very
and I
true.
got to get a different pair of shoes. That's how sensitive those microphones are. You can hear me flip-flopping from room to room. And I promise you, I don't really walk that loudly, but those mics are so sensitive that, yeah, apparently I do. Apparently I'm like Bigfoot stomping through there.
Oh, we're going to hear some footsteps later on. We got more evidence coming up after
the last old park clip. I am by myself, and this one is extremely hard to hear because this was in the middle of the day, and there is a lot of noise contamination. You're really going to have to listen because it starts just as a truck goes by. But this is probably the creepiest clip that I've ever heard. And if somebody wants to pull it, enhance the audio, run it through some kind of system. It took me with Vic Firth's, and it bumped as loud as it'll go to be able to hear it the first time I heard it. Laying in the trifold mirror room by myself. That was a weekend that everybody was there, except everybody had gone to lunch and had gone to take a few rides around in the plane. And I was the only one in the building because I decided I'd stay behind. Because I wasn't hungry, and you know how you sometimes you have a feeling you just want to be in a place by yourself, and I just wanted to be there by myself. So I go down to this room and I lay down on the bed, and all I do is I set the camera up, the phone up on the shelf, and I go and I just lay down on the bed. So I am not moving. I am laying on the bed, and it's just about the time that I literally almost start to doze off. I'm so relaxed. And I hear footsteps first, and I don't think I caught those. I don't think I clipped that. But you're listening for a voice that's whispered not very long after I say that was footsteps. And you're going to hear something that I believe says, "You're all alone." And it's creepy as F. So head air, volume up, listen up.
All right, here we go.
Oh, I think that's the wrong clip.
That was the one you sent me.
Then I sent you the edited one. I sent you the
okay.
I'll find it. My
all right.
apologies.
Well, sorry.
I sent you the wrong one. I'm sorry. That's what happens right before it. I cut that out because there isn't a lot going on. Okay. Sorry. I will get that other clip. I will see if I can.
It happens.
Send it
happens. We just showed like 5 other really
if
good
not,
ones.
we'll put it on Patreon and you can see it on the post broadcast.
Put it on Patreon, or we'll even post it up. One of the two. So we'll figure it out. But so apologies for 20 seconds worth of silence.
My apologies. I sent the wrong one.
Hey, it happens. We've got more evidence clips coming up that we're going to be able to show them. And we also have a trailer for a new show that's going to be played at the end that y'all need to stick around for. So that's some of the new pieces. Shelley, you've been doing a lot of investigating at Old Park Hotel. And now with their new security system up, I mean, it's like going to capture those things that don't typically get captured when nobody's there investigating or when they're there by themselves cleaning.
It's perfect for me because if I have to hold a camera, it's never going to get turned on. Or all you're going to get are walls and asses. Yeah, that's all you're going to get because I forget to hold it up. So
that's very true.
That's perfect. True. I can forget about the technology and the equipment, and I can just walk around and investigate, or I can just walk around and clean and see what happens.
Yeah. So I want to move from never before seen, and I want to talk about something else over the last 5 years. of investigating and stuff like that. We've had some crazy run-ins. We've had some crazy moments. Some of our most mind-blowing evidence that we have captured. I would almost rate these. I dare to say that the clips that I picked to show tonight and that we want to talk about would rank. I know we've done like our best captures of episodes and stuff like that. I would say these would consistently rank within like the top 5, 10 out of all investigations we've ever done. These are some of the most amazing captures that I think that we've ever had. I want to start with the very first one that we ever captured as a group at the very first location that we basically went to, Bragg County Historical Museum. The very first investigation within hours of being there, within a couple of hours, because this was the moment that we were like, holy shit, we might be onto something here with this group. So
yeah,
I'm going to play this. And if you've been with us from the beginning, you know what I'm about to show. It's the door closing on its own. It's one of my favorites. So here we go.
That was you?
I did not move. Gypsy can verify I did not move.
That door's been shut.
Close that door for me, please. Thank you.
Thank
Oh
you.
my God.
So much.
Thank you.
That's gotta be my favorite because, and we tell this story all the time, but I absolutely love that. That was probably the first piece that we captured as a new group, just recently formed. We had other investigators with us and all that. But
you're running an experiment in the middle of the room, and I'm sitting about a foot from that door, and I just start going, I hear something, and I hear what sounds like the doorknob turning, and I hear a rattle, and I'm like, this door's opening. And Blake ignores me. I'm like, this door's opening. And Blake ignores. I go, this fucking door's opening. And he goes, and light cuts across the room. And Blake turns his head. I'm like, this door just opened.
Yeah, that's gonna be my, because I just walked over there, and then obviously you hear me ask, close that door for me, please, and it just closes. And Shelly and I immediately, like, we stopped the camera for a second. We immediately bust through. We're checking for everything: wind currents, open windows, doors open, air conditioning, all that stuff. All of it was turned off. We then decided to turn back on a camera, trying to debunk it, because we were like, maybe it's unlevel, but if it swings one way, why would it swing back the other way? All that kind of stuff. We never captured it. We captured it moving slightly on the debunk camera, but Shelly, you were like, good job, you're doing it. And it stopped, which I've given you hell for ever since.
I was being encouraging you. Leave me alone.
you were, but I think it frightened them a little bit, and they were like, oh, never mind, I'm not gonna do that. But we got to go back to the director of that museum, because she was like, we don't know if we're haunted. And we were like, you're haunted. Like, that wasn't the only thing we captured that night. That just happened within, I think, like the first couple of hours of the
first couple hours we were doing it.
Yeah. And it was amazing. So I had to showcase that, because that is kind of like a jaw-dropping moment for us as a group, and as a team for EVP. What is one of your, like, what's one of yours we may or may not have to showcase, like with photos or videos?
Well, I think I did send a video, and again, it is at the Old Park Hotel, and it is when we are talking to Wilma using the Christmas tree lighting up. That is still something that boggles my mind, that when she wants to talk, she will turn on this one candle on the Christmas tree, and she will answer yes or no questions. If she leaves it off, the answer is no. If she turns it on, the answer is yes. And I think I cut it and sent you, but now with what I sent through, who knows? I was probably
I don't think she did on that one, and that's okay, because that's on Old Park's page, right?
It should be on Old Park's live video feed, because this was one of the most recent ones, because there had been a dead bell that had been set up, and Chad was unaware that the dead bell was there. We had done our routine of opening the door, inviting her down. I'm sitting there, I'm asking her questions, and Dana had put out a light board, a beautiful light board, and so you just run your hand over this light board and it lights up. So we asked her if she could light up the light board, then turn on the candle, and the light board lit up, the candle went on, and the dead bell went ding. And Chad Mondale screamed like a bitch, because he did not know that there was a dead bell over there. He was like, that scared the hell out of me. And we were like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, there's a dead bell. I do take it back.
You did send it. Keep telling the story. I'm downloading it now.
So anyway, but she just did all this. And she was giving us so much. She was lighting up that light board. She pushed the little puppy dog that we'd given her that has a thing on the tummy. Now, where you push it once, it'll play, and then it usually does the second cycle. But whenever it hits a third cycle and a fourth, it doesn't do that. So, and she had actually, there had been a space of time, and she turned on the puppy dog. She hit the light board. She turned on the candle, and she dinged a dead bell, all in the same time span.
So got it uploaded, so we can play that. It's about 1 minute 15 seconds.
Okay, let's play it because that's fabulous.
Okay.
You understand? Okay, good. I'm glad you understand. Thank you. Okay. So I will leave the puppy dog under the Christmas tree for you, and it does sing, and there's a little button on his tummy, and if you push it, he can bark. Did your puppy dog bark? You did? Okay, good. I am so glad that your puppy dog barked.
Wilma, would you like Shelly to push the button and show you how the dog works?
Oh, you would? Okay, I'll show you. She answered you. I know. She's getting more friendly. Okay, here we go. Listen. Listen close. Okay. Do you want to play with the dog? And the doggy said, will you play with it? Okay, you do. All right, good. Okay. All right. I'm going to push it again. It'll sing songs, too. Oh.
You did not touch that.
You did not push it. Did you figure that out?
The bell.
Oh, wow! Nice! Look, you did it!
What the hell?
I forgot to tell you, I put the bell there.
You did both of those?
That's awesome.
You hit the bell? You haven't done that before? That was good.
Just Chad. Just what? Yeah, watching the interactions with you and Wilma is mind blowing and amazing. And there's something that's super special and very sweet about it at the same time. Like it's just
She's my girl.
I don't know. Yeah, there's something about her that she just trusts you.
Yeah.
You know, you've spent time developing that relationship with her.
Yeah. I think she knows how much I love her. Like
Yeah.
she just see, you're gonna make me teary. Anytime we talk about her, I just get teary. So I just love her so much.
Yeah.
And that's something else that's switched in my views. I didn't know I could absolutely just fall in love with a spirit that I couldn't see, couldn't touch. You know, that see, look, I'm a big baby. What's happened to me? I got older and now I just cry all the time. Okay.
No. So I want to jump to the next clip of kind of mind blowing because we hear footsteps all the time. We talk about footsteps all the time. We're actually going to come out of Old Park and we're going to go up north to Sleeper Mortuary whenever we went. Now, Chad's still there in this investigation. Matter of fact, he is the one that is in this clip on his solo. We did show this on the Sleeper Mortuary episode that we did a few weeks ago. But it's fascinating to me because I was able to turn up the volume and you can clearly hear all these footsteps. I don't think you're going to have an issue hearing them. So I'm going to play this. This is what we mean by what we hear in the dark, sometimes when we're by ourselves.
That was footsteps coming up behind me. What the son of a bitch? There are footsteps everywhere in here. This is weird. Footsteps. I am standing still except moving my upper body. And I am hearing footsteps all around me.
Yeah, you were, boy.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, that's what we say, that we hear sometimes in the dark. And I mean, granted, he had a flashlight, a camera on with a flashlight on it, but sometimes we're in the dark and you hear that. And sometimes we're by ourselves. Sometimes it's just me.
Yeah,
and
that'll
Shelly.
make you
Sometimes
cuss.
Oh yeah, it'll make you go, what the fuck?
And that's a rule. Every paranormal investigator has to say, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. I want to end this section of the most mind-blowing evidence on something that, to me, it just alters anybody's perception of the paranormal. And Shelly, this is one. Now, this is actually prior to EVP being formed, but it is mad props. We've showcased it all over the place. Mad props of a capture on this. And I think everybody knows, we're going back to Old Park. I think everybody knows the picture of Gunslinger by now. If you've watched us this long and you know the story and all that stuff. So we're not going to spend too much time on the story because we got other things that we want to get to. But I just want to show this picture again. Shelley, give them a brief overview of what happened.
Standing in the upstairs hallway at the Old Park Hotel by myself. I had just said, hey, Deacon, you can see me. I can't see you. That's not fair. And I'm going to stand here and take pictures until you come out and say hello. And I snapped 22 pictures and a number 19 disappeared. And it was darker than the darkness. And it came right up in my face. And that was the first shadow figure I ever saw with my own eyes. But that's not what's so fascinating about the picture of the form in the center. If you look on the wall, there is another shadow figure. And whenever I realized that, I said, holy cow, I am in the middle of a gunfight.
Yeah.
That if you want to talk about altering your perspective as to whether or not how close they can get to you, how visible they can be, I think something was coming up behind me, and that shadow figure stepped out to keep me safe, because I'd always felt safe upstairs. Yeah. And where a lot of people would be afraid, I always felt very safe upstairs because I thought I had a protector in there. And I think that person in the center of the hall was getting whoever was coming up behind me.
I agree. And this is one of those photos that you show it to people and you hear the story and you go, now explain this to me. Explain this to me and tell me that the paranormal isn't real.
Yeah.
That's how profound of a picture that this is.
Not one, but two. And I'm in that hallway by myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I still say Gunslinger holds the #1 spot of best capture by either of us. But we've had some.
That one has been sent because it's appeared on Fright Club with Jack Osborne and the Ghost Brothers. I sent it to the producer, Owen Mugen. He said, send me all of them. I sent him all of them. They ran it through every test you can run it through. They sent it to their picture experts. They examined all of it. And they go, we can't debunk this. I'm like, I know, because it happened, right? I'm like, come on now. This happened. Yeah. I don't know enough about any of that, computer. Ask Chad Wandell. I don't know anything about computer stuff changing things to figure any of that out. And I was even dumber about it whenever I captured that picture in 2018. I believe is the date that I captured that.
Yeah. Still an amazing freaking capture. Now that we've kind of showcased some of our evidence, what's our biggest debunks that we've been able to debunk throughout the years? I've got mine, and I know it happened live.
Go ahead if you want to start. I have mine too. I think
basically, if you were watching us, whenever we went to Hot Springs, Arkansas, and we were investigating the nightclub there, we started going around and we saw these hands form on the wall. We saw 2 handprints, and then we saw another set and another set and another set, and it went all the way around the room. And we were filming this. We were absolutely dumbfounded as to what
watching these prints just appear.
Yeah. And then it wasn't until Shelley went back and was rewatching some videos that we just happened to be panning that direction, and the light caught it, and she saw the handprints. And this was 4 hours earlier than when we captured them on the live. And Shelley immediately calls me. She goes, oh shit, because we were trying to debunk it live, and we were like, we can't explain this. Then we started to kind of roll through and understand what had happened is that somebody had used paint underneath the top portion of paint, and it was a warm on the inside, cold on the outside night, and it had caught condensation on that paint underneath the paint and had the hands form around the room. And we immediately went live. We were like, listen, if you're watching our live and you saw the handprints with us, not paranormal.
Yeah, well, that's how important our credibility is to us, because we had touted it as being paranormal. And the second that I found that it wasn't, I'm like, we got to go on and tell them that everybody that got excited about that we're wrong, that we've debunked it. And so we did. And trust me, it was hard to do, but because we're like, we can't let it stand as us saying this is paranormal when we figured out that it's not.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So what's yours? What's your biggest debunk that you like?
I think, and this actually came down to damn near a fist fight between you and I. And,
I know what you're going to talk about.
we were at Sleeper Mortuary, and Chad is doing the Estes method, and I hear what sounds like a female say the name Allison. Disembodied voice in the middle of Chad's Estes method just go, Allison. And it sounds like this. It goes, Allison. That's exactly what it sounded like. And I stopped where I heard it because I'm trying to review this. And I'm like, what? Now, I was at the old park and Chad was coming there that night. He came, and when we came in, I said, you come here. I need you to listen to this. This is on you. This is what's happening during yours. And I say, what do you hear? He goes, there's a voice that says Allison. I said, okay, that's what I heard too. Now, I clip it. I send it to Blake. I go, what is this? Blake sends back. He goes, Shelley, that's you. I go, that is not me. I know
immediately
my voice.
I was like, it's you.
So, I mean, Chad had even put it in his earphones. He'd enhanced it. He pulled it up. We both heard Allison, Allison, Allison. Blake's like, Shelley, that's you. You're saying something else. I go, no, that's not me. Now, Blake was right. It was me. I was not saying Allison, but I was speaking so low because I was trying not to disrupt what was going on, but I needed to communicate with Blake. I was actually saying something to him low enough so that it sounded like it didn't sound like my voice. And after I listened to the next 30 seconds, you hear me say something else in the same tone, and it's clearly me. So I stopped, I got excited, and had I just listened a little further, I would have known that that was me. But I was in an effort to communicate with Blake. I wasn't whispering, because you don't whisper when you're on an investigation. Don't whisper, because that's what everybody's listening for is whispers. I was speaking in a lower tone like this, and I was like, Blake, do you think that we can, and trust me, that's not normal for me. Normally my loud ass is all over the place.
But yes, it almost came down to a fist fight over that.
Yeah, and I'm just going, you're wrong.
So adamant. Sorry, I have a cat that's wandering over my desk.
That's
so I'm trying to keep off my keyboard. And
fortunately, we did not go live with that one. We did not put that on evidence thing, because our rule is, if one says it's not paranormal, it's not. We throw it out. If one person questions it, we throw it out.
That is a huge rule with us, because if one of us questions it, then there is a plausible explanation for it, and so therefore it gets tossed.
Yeah, but it damn near came down to a fight.
Yeah, so, yeah, it damn near did. Yeah,
because I'm sitting back. You're wrong. You're wrong. That's not me. You're wrong. Listen to it.
And
again.
I had to finally tell Shelley. I was like, Shelley, I've been with you in almost every situation, in almost every phase of life. I've heard your voice when you're bad and sad and regular and all this stuff. I was like, I know your voice. And the moment I heard it, I said, Shelley.
Yeah.
I know it's Shelley.
I was hoping it was a disembodied voice saying Allison. See, I fell in love with it. If that was my problem, I fell in love with it in the moment rather than going further. I fell in love with the idea of we caught a great disembodied voice.
Yeah.
And once I listened further, I did realize it was me. So see, don't fall in love with your evidence, because I was adamant. I was going to fight him.
Yeah.
I was going to fight him over it.
She was. So what is your biggest lessons that you've learned in all of our travels and all the research and all the paranormal studies that we've done?
This is going to sound hokey.
Okay, that's fine.
Don't take the moment for granted. The communication is rare. And if you are fortunate enough to be in the presence of something that wants to communicate with you, listen. Be present. Don't take the moment for granted. And it's not just in the spirit world. With the people you meet, be present, because everyone I've ever met in the paranormal world has an extraordinary story to tell.
Yeah.
Listen to it. You might learn something. You might get a new idea. And I'm just going to put this out there. One of my friends called me. She doesn't even like the paranormal. She's got nothing to do with the paranormal. Thinks it's weird that I do this shit. But she said, have you ever thought about, because she has a little kid, she goes, I got my kid one of those cactuses that repeats words whenever you say it. She goes, my kid fucking hates it. She goes, do you want it? Because maybe you can use it in paranormal investigating. That way, if you hear a word, if you hear that thing talk and it's in a room by itself, you know something's playing with it. And I thought, never even thought of that. And so
amazing idea, yeah.
But being present in the moment. And they all, every person in the paranormal has an extraordinary story to tell, at least one, or they wouldn't be in there.
Yeah.
So don't take those moments for granted, that you have the opportunity to learn, to listen, to get a new idea, or to communicate with a spirit, be it one that has good intent or ill, be it angelic or demonic. Each of those is a gift, because not everybody gets it. So
That is very true. And I'm actually going to piggyback off of that and say that my biggest lesson learned in all of this is that respect goes a long way. And that is respect for the space and respect for the spirits. And to remember that these spirits were once humans. And all they want to do is talk. That's all they want. They just want to know that somebody knows that they are there and that somebody is willing to continue on their legacy, if you will, which is their story. And I think when you adopt that mindset of respect the space and respect the spirits, I think you would be astounded at how much more evidence you can get than walking in there and playing Mr. Billy Badass and bullying the spirits around. Just have fun with them. That's the thing. And when I say respect the space, that also goes for the owners and the actual space itself. When it goes to cleaning up after yourself and making sure you leave it as you found it type thing. That goes a long way too. So respect overall for the space, for the spirits. And just remember that at one point, these were human beings that you're talking to.
Right.
And just have conversation. Like Shelly and I are right now, that goes a very long way. So that's kind of one of the biggest things that I've learned through all that. We've had our moments where we've had a little, provocation because they started it.
they have to start it. I never started, but I will finish it. Yeah.
Yeah. And we get a lot more evidence when we're just respectful and having fun and just laid back, instead of coming in there trying to own the place. So,
yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So that's one thing that I wanted to learn, or wanted to share of what we've learned. What are some of your favorite moments of this ride, of this 250 episodes, this 5 years of adventures? What are some of your favorite moments?
See, I'm getting old, so now I'm getting weepy.
Don't cry.
The friends I've made, the genuine friends that I have made, the wonderful people that I have been fortunate enough to meet, either in person or on the podcast, the amount of talent that I've been fortunate enough to be surrounded with.
Yeah.
And that includes you, my friend. And
thank you.
The amount of learning that I get to do. Those have been my most amazing moments, because you know me, I'm always trying to learn something. I'm always trying to figure something out. I love mysteries and puzzles, and I like knowledge.
Yeah.
And if we ever stop learning, we might as well just give it up, because there's a million mysteries and we got to keep solving them. So my favorite moments have been the people, whether living or dead.
True. And that's what I was just about to add on to that, because I'm actually going to agree with you. My favorite moments are the times spent with the people that we meet and the friends that we've made along the way. Strangers have become friends have become family.
Yes.
And those types of memories that we have when it's late at night in the middle of a haunted location and all hell's breaking loose and everybody's got your back and you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off because too much shit's happening and you don't know your ass from your elbow in that moment.
But somebody's got you.
And those are the moments that will always be my favorite. The late night talks that I've had with those people on these investigations. But some of my favorite moments have actually just happened right here on camera. The comments that are left in the threads, y'all's support, all of that. Those are some of my favorite things to read, all of your stories. I'm fortunate to be able to handle the comments. So I get to not only speak to you on screen, but I get to speak to you in the comments too. Yes, it's me. If you didn't know, I'm the one saying hi.
99% of the time, unless you're leading.
Yeah, unless I'm leading.
And I go back and I read all the comments.
Yeah.
I read them all.
I love getting to speak with y'all on this platform as well as in the comments. Those are my favorite memories. Is just the amount of people that we've met and the memories that we've gotten to make with those people. I will say there have been some great moments, like, when Mr. Aaron Thompson left our interview early because his phone died.
Or perhaps whenever Nick Simons brought out his Christmas present, that was a clonabone. to
Yeah,
show
or
us on
clone a
screen.
bone.
Yes.
Yep, that one too. That one too. Yes. Even when you try to break me in the comments too on camera, yes, I appreciate that as well. I love
I do
reading
too.
them. And try not to break at your comments on camera. So I'll agree. I'll piggyback off of you and say
Okay.
that I agree with that. Those are some of my favorite moments.
By the way, Blake did not tell me
So.
these questions beforehand. These are
Nope, I did not.
off the top of my head.
I did not. I have to give a shout out to Sergeant Torres. I don't know why I saluted. Sorry, that's inappropriate. But anyways, it's the autism. Chill out, people. So I want to move into something fun that I put together. This is the moment where Shelly shits her pants because she has no idea what's coming up.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're gonna play a little game. It's gonna harken. God. It's gonna harken back to the how have our views changed. And here's what we're gonna do. This is audience participation. We want your comments as well on this. I'm gonna rattle off a topic in the paranormal. Okay.
Oh my God.
And on a scale of 1 to 5, your believability in it is what we need.
Okay.
So y'all feel free to play along. We're gonna see where Shelly and Blake land on believability.
Okay, 1 is I believe wholeheartedly, or 5
1
is
you do not believe.
Don't believe
5
at all.
Is 100% wholeheartedly. I'm in both feet.
Okay.
So 1 to 5.
1 is you're full of shit.
Yep.
5 is I'm all in.
5 is you're all in. So
okay,
we're gonna start with something easy, just to get our feet wet a little bit.
Oh God, I'm scared. Okay,
we're gonna go with shadow people.
5 all in.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
absolutely.
I have a picture.
Absolutely. I'm going with, we just saw a picture of a shadow person. So I'm going 5 all in. So they,
I'm not worried about it so far. Go ahead.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm getting get us started, get us started. Get you an idea of like what's going on, what we're doing. So, all right, we got some 5s, all ins. 5s are coming in the comments. So, all right. So demons, a little bit harder. Demonic entities.
4.
Okay.
Because I think that they are given a lot more power than I truly believe they actually have. Because if they had as much power as they're credited to have, they'd be jumping people left and right. So I'm going to say 4, but that's only because I do believe they're there, but I don't believe they have as much power as people give them credit for having. Okay. So I'm going to go with a 4 on that.
Go with a 4. All right. I am going to go. See, I want to go for it, but I got to go all in.
You're all in. You're a 5.
I'm all in at 5 on that.
You think they're as powerful as people say they are, and consistently that powerful. And like I said, I think if they were that powerful, they'd be jumping in and out.
Yes, but at the same time, I think there's a lot about them that we don't understand. I think Hollywood overproduces this nastiness
That's why I'm giving them a 4.
About them and all that kind of stuff. But no, reading into demonology and studying demonology as much as I had over the last 5 years, if I had to ask myself that question at the beginning, it would actually have been lower. So my number on that has grown.
I have been jumped by one that I believe the only time I've truly encountered a demon that spoke through me, telling me shit that there's no way I could know the shit in a Nestus method.
Exactly.
And it started out saying, I'll make her bleed. And at the end of it, my nose was pouring blood. So,
and I don't believe that everything's a demon. We've already been over that.
I think 99% of it isn't a demon. Yeah. So, so I'm
going
4.
5. I'm going 5 on demons. Let's have a little fun. Bigfoot. 1 to 5. Bigfoot.
The Bigfoot in Harry and the Hendersons?
No.
Or
Bigfoot.
An oversized ape that's running around, or an ape hybrid species that could live in the woods? 4. I think it's entirely possible. I don't necessarily think that it's an ape. I think it's just a mutation of the human genetic code.
Okay.
So as far as an actual separate animal, not necessarily. I'm going to go 4. Carter Bouchard says he's seen him, and I believe him. I trust him. So I'm going to go 4.
I trust me some Carter as well, but I'm actually going to go 3.
You're going to go 3. Okay.
I'm going to go 3. I have a little hard time with Mr. Bigfoot. I do. I think that my explanation for it would be possibly something interdimensional, and or we are pushing it out of its habitat by deforestation or tearing stuff down and everything like that. But I don't know. I haven't, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, and I've seen a lot of videos of Mr. Bigfoot out there. I haven't seen one that's compelling enough for me.
But Jack Vasey says he'll take us, so we got to go up there.
Oh, we're gonna go. Yeah, if y'all saw, that interview or post interview, like, yeah, we're gonna go.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
I gotta go with a solid 3 though.
Okay.
I stand almost pretty much in the middle. I don't not believe, but I don't.
But you're not
fully
convinced.
believe.
100%.
Exactly. I'm not convinced.
I'm a little more convinced. I'm just not convinced that it's a cryptid. I think it is very possibly a genetic mutation in the human genome, human coding. So not really this weird animal that can't be explained. I think it's very possibly human.
Okay. All right.
Not going all in on monster. Going all in on monster would be 5, but I think it's a 4.
Let's go a little bit. Let's stick with the cryptids for a minute and go a little bit bigger. Let's go a little bigger. Mr. Mothman.
I have such a hard time with Mothman. Such a hard time with Mothman. The story is compelling, but I just don't believe that there was a great big winged creature that sat on a bridge and went oogie boogie and suddenly the bridge falls down. Okay. I got to go 2 because I'm not totally ruling it out because there's too many eyewitnesses to completely discredit it. But I'm going to. I'm going to 2 just because there were so many people who believed that they saw it. But I knew though there's such a thing as mass hysteria. So
that's true.
I'm going
That's
2.
true. That's true. Oh God, I'm gonna have the whole community after me. I'm going with 1.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm going with 1.
It's your list.
Yeah, it's my list. I know. Compelling story. Very compelling story. I see where it could have, this mass hysteria type thing or multiple witnesses, like possibly seeing something like a bird or randomness or anything like that. I gotta go with 1. It's not that I don't believe something like that couldn't be out there, but I think that the legend of Mothman is a lot
highly
bigger
exaggerated
than the Mothman itself.
And you have to remember that whenever that bridge fell, they were looking for a reason for it. So when people are searching for a reason, Allison, they start connecting the dots. Okay, right?
Yeah.
What does that say?
Yeah. He has a nice ass, though. If you've seen the Mothman statue,
I've been to the Mothman statue.
You know exactly
I've
what
touched
we're
that
talking
ass.
about.
You better believe I have. Mothman does have a nice ass. If you've seen the statue, look at the back of it.
All right, let's get off the cryptids real quick.
Okay.
Let's try something else, something more like reality and stuff.
Okay.
Parallel universes.
4.
Really?
Only because Chad and Leslie Wandell have seen my doppelganger walk across in Old Park when we were in Wisconsin and immediately sent me a video saying, "What the F are you doing? Because we both just saw you in the hotel." Walking from the room that I normally, when there's groups that I stay in that room, a path I take, and it's not residual because I'm still alive. So I think that very closely a universe could shift because, I might have going to be there next week. So maybe they were seeing a preview of me going across. And also because of the night that I was supposed to go up to Old Park and Chet called me and said, "I just saw you in the hotel." And I said, he said, he says, "Are you in the hotel?" I said, "No, I'm at home." And he goes, "Okay, get your ass up here." Because I said, "Why?" He goes, "Because I just saw you." And when I show up, we start talking about it. We decide we're going to go get some dinner. We go out and we're eating dinner and he's telling me about this. I said, "Time out, what was I wearing?" And he said, blue shirt. I said, "Okay." And I said, "Was I wearing shorts or jeans?" He goes, shorts. And I said, "Was my hair up or down?" He goes, "High pony, like you're investigating." So I always pull my hair up in a ponytail when I investigate. And I stood up and I said, "You mean what I have on right now?" And I was wearing a blue shirt and shorts with a high ponytail. And he said, "Come to think of it, I've never seen you in shorts before." So how did he see me in the exact outfit that he had never seen me in shorts before? And I very rarely, I'm on the podcast and I'll wear blue, but as far as wearing color, I wear black.
You don't usually, yeah.
On the podcast, I wear color, but so I think it is entirely possible that part of the universe kind of dipped down because I know at one point I walked across up there while I was there. Maybe he was just seeing a preview of what was to come. So I'm going to give it a solid 4. I think it's possible.
I'm actually going to agree with you. I'm going to give it a solid 4 as well. because I think that there's a lot of science that is undiscovered, and I know that there are, quantum physics and all that kind of stuff.
Things
And you
smarter
have
than we are.
Yeah, exactly. And there have been some advances in that area that intrigue me. Articles that I've read about possibly moving things like 1 second through time or a shift in this. Yeah, because I also think that that's where doppelgangers are going to be coming from too. So I think it is a blend of the worlds that I think that's why they call it the veil. That just happened to coincide at the same time, same space. That energy is there. It is created, and you're able to see into another universe, another dimension. I'll use those interchangeably right here because I also think that could potentially be what hauntings are as well. Is that ghosts and spirits reside on a different plane, a different dimension, a different universe that are parallel to ours, existing in the same space that we do. And when we see them, like these shadow people, full of body apparitions, that's what happens, is that both cross together in that exact time. That's when the veil lifts and you're able to see into that dimension for just a split second. Yeah. So I am going with a solid 4.
Okay. I'm here for it.
Yeah. Damn, I almost went up to 5. But anyways, just in my own explanation. But anyways, I'm gonna stay. All right. Last one on the rating system.
Okay.
I love all the ratings in the comments, by the way. So far, almost everybody's agreeing with us.
Are we kind of on par with them? Okay.
We're pretty much on par with them.
Okay, good deal.
A few of them differ, but for the most
That's all
part,
right. It's their list.
Yeah, a majority of our people are coincide with what we do. Last one, and I had to throw this in for shits and giggles. Lizard people.
I'm not on lizard people.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Because you see,
are you really?
Yeah, because if the Nords can exist and the cat people can exist, why can't the lizard people? Why we got to be discriminating against the lizard people?
Right,
come one, come all are welcome here. Eat at Joe's the Great Space Cafe. Yes, I am all in. I think
You're
lizard people can be there. Yeah,
on the lizard people.
If I'm all in on aliens, I have to be all in on lizard people, and I do believe that there has got to be something smarter than us out there in that universe, and as many different kinds of people as there are on the earth, why can't there be that many out in the universe? Absolutely. I'm all in on lizard people.
I'm going 1. Matter of fact, if I could go -1, I would.
No, you said you'd slightly changed your opinion, so you got to go at least 1.
No, that was on aliens. I slightly changed the opinion of reptilian, and I know
but you're
that
lizard
people.
You're messing with the semantics.
Yes, I am, because the fact of a reptilian changing form is like I just can't get behind that. But
why not? Caterpillars turn into butterflies. Why can they not shape and change their form?
The instant metamorphosis type shit, though, that I'm just like I don't know. It's just. I'm going with solid 1. If I could go -1, I would, but the rating system's 1 through 5, so I can stick with a 1.
I'm all in.
You're all
lizard people.
5.
You go get Blake. He don't believe in you.
Right.
You go see him. Convince his
all
ass.
All right. Yeah, come convince me. If you convince me, then hey, that's good. All right. So that was a little fun game I wanted to throw in there. Thanks for participating, everybody,
you for playing.
And thanks for playing, Shelly, on that. But I have a question because we're almost reaching our time here. We do have a trailer to play at the very end of a new show. Don't forget. Something new. But I want to ask first, we've talked about the past, the present. What would you like to see for the future with paranormal?
I would like to see less clickbait and more credibility.
Oof.
Because that is something that is actually destroying the paranormal community. And I get it. You're trying to produce a YouTube video to get your likes, to get your views, because you're trying to be monetized, and I understand.
Yeah.
But there are some amazing things that happen that don't have to be over exaggerated, that don't have to be oversold. There are amazing moments that happen. And a lot of people are falling out of love with the paranormal in general because of the fact no one believes when a genuine piece of evidence is put out there, because credibility has gone to shit.
Yep.
So I would like to see less clickbait and more credibility.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. The cat.
That's okay. You're the kitty cat. Yeah, that's okay. She'll be all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I would like to see change in the paranormal, for the credibility level to rise. And those that are credible, those are the ones you stick with. Those are the ones you follow.
Yeah.
I would like for these clickbait people to go away because they're doing nothing more than damaging the field of the paranormal.
100%. 100% on that. I will back you on that. Mine, mine's going to be a little bit tough. I just see too much of it in the paranormal field, and that is going to be bullying. I understand that we want the best evidence. We want to capture the best thing.
Right.
We want to be the best, you know. For me, I'm going to say this very loud and very clear. When I started this podcast with you, I only wanted to do it so that I could be able to share stories with people, and I still stick by that. I am not in it for fame. I am not in it for money. I am not in it for anything like that. That is what we started it for. We are having fun. We get to share our stories, and we are lucky and fortunate enough that all these people decided, hey, we're going to follow their story, and we are blessed by that. But to see the bullying from people, not just towards us and our characters on the show, but towards one another and the fighting and everything like that, it gets to be too much. And I would love to see more unity that's preached but not practiced within the field. More coming together. Excuse me.
Stop playing with your pussy, Blake.
I know, I can't help it. And just collaborations. I understand that there are people out there who will never get along. Great.
And that's okay. So you stay in your lane and let them stay in theirs, and you don't have to comment on what they're doing, and they don't have to comment on what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this real quick. Your opinion doesn't make a shit's bit of difference to anybody.
No.
So you can knock it off. A lot of times I don't want to hear any gossip about somebody over here or somebody. I don't want to hear it. I want to stay in my lane. I want to do what I would want to do, and I want to have fun. And I'm not going to run down any other team or any other, I would not do that publicly. That's not to say I don't have a discussion sometimes with Blake about something, trying to figure it out. But I'm not publicly going to run down anybody, because you know what? You go do your thing. If you are good, you are credible, and you are a team that is truly out to get the best possible evidence, you're going to rise to the top. Those that do excessive negativity, they're not going to be around long.
Yeah.
So
I agree. So that is what I like to see for the future. And obviously I would also like to see a full-fledged ghost have an interview on camera.
Yes,
so
please.
That we can all
I am happy to hold the microphone. Yes.
All right. So with that, we said we've had a trailer that we wanted to show you all night long. And so we're going to show you this. We were fortunate to do an investigation at the Old Park Hotel. So it's kind of like a double whammy for EVP and Old Park Hotel, with the crew of My Paranormal Experience. And if you haven't seen the trailer, well, guess what?
This is what's coming up.
Yeah, about to. Here you go.
I've never had a phobia. I've never had any kind of thing that really just made my skin crawl until we discovered the fear room.
Welcome to the Old Park Hotel.
Just walking into this building gives you this feeling that you're being watched.
I myself have been physically pushed out of a doorway.
From the moment you step in the door, whenever you venture down to the back end of the hall.
You're the only one in that room. The heaviness just drapes itself over.
I don't know if I've been anywhere as active and audible as Oak Park Hotel.
I've never heard sound come from everywhere and nowhere all at once.
We were excited to get to be a part of that. We get to share it with y'all. And of course, it features the Old Park Hotel. It features Chad and Leslie Wandell, who we absolutely love and adore. So we definitely wanted to make sure that we showcase that during this moment of talking about the future.
That is upcoming.
Because that is going to be upcoming. And of course, we will be posting about it. Excuse me.
As soon as there's a release date.
Yes. Yes. So we wanted to let y'all know that. So, Shelley, on our 250th episode, is there anything that you would like to leave us with for your final thoughts?
2 words. Thank you.
Okay, I don't know if I can top that. No, I'm just kidding. No, that would be my final thoughts as well. Thank you. Thank you for 250 episodes. Thank you for being with us week after week. Thank you for those who have been here since day one. For those of you who just joined yesterday, we appreciate, and all those in between, we appreciate it. We appreciate the support, the love that comes with it. We don't get tired of it.
Friendships, the laughter, even the tears.
Even the tears. Yeah.
Love it all.
So y'all have stuck by our sides for this long. We can't wait to bring you even more in the future.
And we are grateful for you.
Super excited. And we don't take it for granted at all. We know that you don't have to be here, but that you choose to be here. So we're very appreciative of that. That's going to be my final closing thoughts as well.
And so with that, Blake, why don't you tell them everything they need to know?
All right. Sounds good. Well, as we end every episode, why not end this one the same? Y'all, if you want to support the show directly, check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/EVP podcast. For just $5 a month, you're going to get over 500 Patreon exclusive videos, including the pre and post broadcasts, which are the 30 minutes before and the 30 minutes after this live broadcast. So you do get an additional hour with us every week. Your support from Patreon goes directly back into the show and towards the adventures that we bring you week after week. And if you're not sure about joining Patreon, try it risk-free with our 7-day free trial. Go make sure you're staying connected with us. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and many more by searching Everything Vaguely Paranormal and looking for the green sound wave. And please remember, you can catch us live every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube. Also, go subscribe to our Eventbrite page to be notified when public investigation tickets go on sale. We do have another one that's going to be on sale soon. So you want to be first to know when those tickets are available. To make this all easier, we are going to add these links to our link tree, which will be on the Everything Vaguely Paranormal Facebook and X profiles Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's also in your show notes for any of you audio listeners. And we are grateful again for your continued support. Every like, comment, share, and download keeps these adventures alive. So if you have a favorite episode, share it with your friends. And remember, one of the easiest things you can do to help our show in its rankings, wherever you get your audio from, head over there and just download our entire catalog of episodes and make sure you leave us a review as well. And if you have a story, a comment, or a question, or you'd like to be a guest on the show or have us as guests on your show, email us at the evppod@gmail.com. That is THEEVPPOD@gmail.com.
Go like, share, and subscribe to that YouTube channel. Say hello, leave a comment. Let us know you were here.
Absolutely. Well, y'all, again, thank you for joining us for another weekly episode, the 250th of Everything Vaguely Paranormal. For myself, I'm Blake Smith, my partner in the paranormal, Miss Shelley Pruitt. As always, we will see you
next
Tuesday.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.